Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about making your computer storage fly. We're diving into RAID 0, which is basically the need for speed mode for your hard drives in Linux. It's an awesome tool for anyone who needs a serious performance boost. So, have you ever been staring at a progress bar, just waiting for a video to render, a game to load, or a huge file to copy? You know that feeling, right? Where you're just thinking, come on, can't this just go faster? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place, because that's exactly the problem RAID 0 was born to solve. So here's the game plan. First, we'll cover what RAID 0 is all about. Then we'll jump right in and build one step by step. After that, we'll talk about how to manage it, and we'll wrap up with the golden rules you've got to remember.
All right, let's get right into it. Section 1, the need for speed. First, let's quickly answer the question, what is RAID anyway?
RAID stands for Redundant Array of Independent Disks. But, forget the jargon for a sec. Just think of it like this. You're taking a bunch of individual hard drives and telling them to work together as a team. You can get this team to focus on pure speed, on making your data super safe, or just on creating one giant storage space.
Now, RAID comes in a few different flavors. You've got options like RAID 1, which mirrors everything for safety, or RAID 5, which is kind of a balance of both. But look at that top row. That's our focus today, RAID 0, or striping. The pro is simple, performance. It is blazingly fast. The con, though, it's a huge one. There's zero redundancy. If one of those drives in the team fails, all of your data is just gone. And when I say gone, I mean poof, vanished. That's why you only use it for stuff you can afford to lose, like a scratch disk for video editing or for game installs.
And that leads me to what is probably the single most important rule in all of data storage. I really want you to burn this into your brain. RAID is not a backup. I'm serious. It might save you if a disk physically breaks, but it won't do a thing if you accidentally delete a file or get hit with ransomware. You still need backups. Always, period.
Okay, enough with the theory. It's time to get our hands dirty. Let's walk through exactly how to build your very own RAID 0 array.
First things first, we've got to prep our ingredients. You can't just grab any old partition. We need to create brand new partitions and then flag them telling Linux, hey, these guys are special. They're part of a read team.
To do this, we're going to use a classic command line tool called fdisk. Once you're in there, the most important step is to change the partition's type. You'll hit T for type and then enter the code FD. That FD stands for Linux RAID Auto, and it's basically the special handshake that tells the system this partition is ready for RAID. And of course, you got to do this for every single disk you want to include. All right, our disks are prepped and ready to go. Now for the magic. We're going to use the main tool for this job, addDAM. This is the command that does all the heavy lifting. It takes our specially marked partitions and actually weaves them together into one single super fast device. Now, don't let this command scare you. It's actually pretty simple. Let's break it down. -C just means create. /dev/md0 is what we're going to call our new RAID drive. -L0, that's the key part. It means level 0, which is the super fast striping we want. And -N2 just tells it we're using 2 disks. Then you just list the partitions you prepped earlier. See? Not so bad. So you hit enter. Now what? Did it actually work? Well, we never guess. The first command, cat/proc/mdstat, is like a quick pulse check. It'll show you if your new /dev/md0 is up and running. If you want the full story, all the nitty-gritty details, the second command, mdadd, will give you a deep dive into your new array's status. We're so close. We've created the device, but right now, it's like a newly paved highway with no lines painted on it. The operating system sees the road, but it doesn't know how to organize the traffic. We need to add a file system so it knows how to actually store our files. And here's the really cool part. From now on, your system treats /dev/md0 just like it's a single regular hard drive. So we just use a standard command, mkfs.ext4, to format it. Then we create a folder, here we're calling it /RAID0, and we mount our new device there. And that's it. You are now ready to start reading and writing files to your new blazing fast storage. Great, so you've built this awesome high-performance array. But what's next? Let's talk about how to manage it, and, just as important, how to safely tear it down when you're finished. Want to level up? You can combine your speedy RAID 0 array with another Linux tool called LVM, or the Logical Volume Manager. Think of it this way. RAID 0 is like putting a massive, powerful engine in your car. LVM is like adding an advanced transmission and suspension system. You still get all that raw speed from RAID, but LVM adds incredible flexibility on top, like being able to resize volumes or take instant snapshots. It really is the best of both worlds.
Now, what happens when you're done with your array? Well, cleaning up properly is just as critical as setting it up. You can't just start messing with the original partitions. That'll cause all sorts of chaos. Luckily, there's a really simple 3-step process to do it safely.
First, you unmount the file system with umount. This is basically like putting up a do not disturb sign, making sure no programs are trying to use it. Then, and this is the most critical step, you formally stop the array with mdadm-s. That S is for stop. This tells Linux, okay, this team of drives is officially disbanded. Only after you've done that is it safe to go back and change those original partitions.
I'm gonna say that again because I cannot stress this enough. If you skip that mdaddm-s command and just start messing with the drives, you're gonna confuse the heck out of your system. You could corrupt data or even make it so your computer won't boot. So please, always stop the array first. We have covered a ton of ground. So to wrap it all up, let's go over a few simple golden rules for using RAID 0 the right way.
Okay, here are the big ones. First, never, ever put your only copy of important data on RAID 0. I think we've covered that one. Second, for the absolute best performance, try to use identical disks. Third, keep an eye on your disk's health using a tool like SmartCTL. And finally, save your configuration. That way, when you reboot your computer, the system knows how to automatically put your RAID array back together for you.
You know, if you forget everything else, just remember this simple equation. RAID 0 is all about a trade-off. You are trading away data safety to gain a massive amount of performance. It's an incredible tool as long as you understand and respect the risk. So, there you have it. That's RAID 0. It's fast, it's powerful, and now you know how to handle it. So the question goes to you. What could you use this for? Maybe a cache for your video editing, a dedicated drive for all your game installs, or a space to compile huge projects. Now you've got the tool, the possibilities are up to you.